violations of other criminal crimes or whatever. However, what I help you with is the bench warrants for back child support, or remember, bench warrants are sent out because they gave you a show cause and you didn't show up. So now the judge wrote out a bench warrant to come and find you. And when they find you, they can detain you. And don't let it be on a Thursday, especially not on a Friday. That means you're spending time in jail over the weekend and possibly get seen on Monday or Tuesday, okay, via the video camera. And if you have been locked up and you have a job and you don't call your job, 3 days no show, you can lose your job. So this is very, very important that you understand that. Also, if you have custody issues, some of our fathers have their children with them. However, they didn't change the custody and or parenting times, okay? You didn't get your parenting time. So any FOC, friend of the court issues, friends of fathers have been coaching and educating fathers on how to navigate through that system, okay? So who are we, and what do we do? Well, we help you to navigate through through the child support system. Now, our services are virtual coaching services, and we educate, we're an educational company as well. So we will help you on navigating through the child support and the friend of the court system. Okay. Now, child support is a system by itself. Okay, that's a state and it's a federal company by itself. Then you have the friend of the court who enforces the child support orders that comes down in their rules. So we show you how to navigate that, because sometimes we go to court and think then that we're just addressing child support issues, but we're really addressing the child support system, and we're fighting and addressing the enforcement that the court, the law, the judge puts on you. So I want to make sure you understand the difference, because when you go to a fight, you got to know what kind of weapon to bring. Okay. So our mission, again, or basically our motto, is about strengthening men and empowering fathers. Like I said, some men have fought this system, they're weak. So we strengthen you to empower you to be the fathers that you're called to be. And so our mission here is to educate, advocate, and provide resource services to help enhance the quality of life for the father in his home and also in his community. We say that because if the police come to your house, they knocking, okay? And they can come in with a bench warrant and serve a bench warrant on you and arrest you and detain you. They can also do it at your jobs. At majority of the companies where they can, get between like for instance, at Ford Motor Company, they're not coming through those gates. However, and if you're working for the military, there's protections there. And also in your community, if you're driving, you can be on your way to church like I was one time with a good friend of mine who just came home from prison from one of my men in men's ministry at the church that I was attending at the time. And we were out fishing. Okay. And literally, because we were fishing in the property we shouldn't have been fishing at, then the police came, and when they pulled us over and they called us to their attention, and they had us basically put our hands on the dash, give us ID, and my buddy had a bench warrant for child support. So again, it can be served in the community. So you want to make sure that you're addressing these issues, and we help you do that. So our vision, every company has a mission, okay? Our vision is to help the fathers, to enable the fathers to become more self-sufficient and supportive to their children and families, meaning that you can do this on your own, especially when you don't have funds or finances to hire an attorney, okay, that can represent you. Okay, most of our fathers, 90% of our fathers that come through Friends of Fathers since 2007, have done this on their own and have been very successful. Our ratings, we did some research and some marketing, and they informed us that 97% of our fathers have been successful on navigating through the child support system. So we know what we're talking about. Been out here for since 2007, nearly 20 years. So we want to know what you guys probably want to know. What do we do? Okay, what do we offer? Well, we offer educational webinars. which is focused on understanding the child support system and addressing family life issues. Sometimes you might just think that you're supposed to have your parenting time, but you didn't put a parenting time plan in place, nor presented it properly to the mother or the court. Everything got to go through the court process. And we provide a plan of action. Okay. Right now, some of you guys probably remember me and know that if you've been on my social media page, I'm a hunter. Okay. I plan on hunting. I map out where I'm going to hunt along with my other friends that we go and hunt with. I make sure I choose the right type of weapons. Okay, when I go, I make sure I have my license. I'm actually making sure that I'm trying to get a buck. I ain't got one in 2 years, but I'm still making sure I'm planning for it. Also, we also provide individual coaching. That's where your personalized guidance, where we are sitting down with you one-on-one, me or one of our staff members as a life coach to help you address the issues if you don't happen to make one of our webinars. Now, the reason why we do all this is one major reason is that some guys just cannot afford to pay for an attorney. Okay. So when you do go through getting a hired an attorney, it can cost anywhere from $3,000, $5,000 at $300 an hour or $400 an hour. That means they require a retainer up to 3 to 5,000. You got to put that down, and then they draw off of that on an hourly basis at their hourly rate. And also they charge you for other things as well. So you want to make sure that if you can't afford it, hey, give me a call because I am a paralegal as well. Okay. And I have attorneys I have a professional relationship with them where we basically have helped them to go through this process with the attorney. And on top of it, I coach you on the information that you need to be coached on to present your particular case. Okay. So many fathers, they live paycheck to paycheck. They can't even afford to have an attorney, let alone sometimes even pay the child support. Okay. I'm going to tell you, when you don't have a job, that's the best time, unfortunately, when you don't have a job, because now you can get it modified according to your current ability to pay. If you heard me say anything tonight, write that statement down. Charge me according to my current ability to pay. Okay. My current ability to pay. Okay. Also, with attorneys, you got to have the upfront retainer fees, and that costs thousands of dollars, which most fathers don't have. And what specific problems do our clients have? Child support, they take too much of money from me. Um, they can't live or pay their own bills. We're putting our cars in my mother's name or my sister's name or somebody else's name so that we can actually be able to keep our cars and be able to travel to go to and from the work or look for work. Also, one of the other issues is that some of the mothers won't let me see the child. That's what fathers have said. They haven't let me see my kids, man. And, I'm just tired of it. Sometimes we get these PPOs and domestic violence cases against us, and we shouldn't do that. All we have to do is file a motion and change it or enforce what you should have. Okay. Also, reasons why these problems that our fathers we found out is that they are fearing of going to jail. A lot of us are fearing to go to jail. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. They can't put you in jail if you address these issues. I'm not saying they haven't made any mistakes in the past, but number one, man, they can't just throw you in jail. They let you know what they're gonna do before it gets done. They normally mail it out, but some of us we don't have our address listed, and it goes to mama's house or our old address, and we never got the mail. Now you got a bench warrant, you get locked up, and now you're saying, hey, how y'all gonna lock me up, man? I ain't even know anything about it. Well, because you got to keep your address up to date. Okay. So, and that's where that bench warrant comes in. So we want to make sure that you guys are aware. I'm giving you some steps that you need to put in place so that you won't have to go through a lot of the situations. Now, freezing of bank accounts. Some of you probably have gotten your bank account levied. It happened to me. When my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, my CEO, that's my chief executive offspring, when baby was being born, I was in Florida. I was there when when my daughter was giving birth to her, And after the pregnancy or after the delivery, I was there for a few days, and then I decided to go back home so I can go back to Michigan and go back to work. Well, when I used my debit card to buy my ticket, they said it was declined. They declined it because my bank account was levied. But because I kept up with my records, I have proof that I have been paying. I made payments before I left. So therefore, my bank account should not be frozen. And they lifted that levy off my bank account that day so I can travel. But can you imagine? You have 4,000 plus dollars in the bank and you cannot use your money to travel to get back to work to keep your job for one. But these are the enforcements that they can do to you. So I know some of you guys have did some of these things that happened to you as well. So some of my clients say that their pain point is, again, they don't want to go to jail. The friend of the court take 50% up to 50% or more out of my paycheck. When I was paying child support, and they stopped this automation or automatic amount. They used to take up to 65%. Now they take up to 50%. But that's 50% of your net. That's not your gross. That's after the government get their taxes. That's after the union dues are paid, if some of us have that. That's after anybody that's basically levering your account, garnishments or whatever, they take what's left, 50%, up to 50% of your income. So, man, I'm telling you, sometimes, like you said, you don't have enough money to pay your bills. And I've had clients who didn't even have enough money to even pay their rent or their mortgage. Okay. And of course, they can't buy a new car. Okay. And none of us get the tax refund if you owe back child support more than 2 months. They will intercept it. Okay. Friend of the court will intercept that tax refund, and now you don't get your tax refund. So you want to make sure you address that. I have a great opportunity on this Saturday coming up, this Saturday, for arrears, back child support. If you owe back child support and you've been basically traumatized, or they take up to 50% of your income, or they take in a large amount of your money, and you're thinking, well, why am I still paying? I got the workshop for you. We're going to have everything done. It's going to take us about 3 to 4 hours to complete everything. But when you leave, you will have a complete documentation of a motion that you'll be able to go and file to the friend of the court, okay? And it costs $20 for filing, okay? I'm gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost for registering. Some of you have already got the link. By the way, my assistant, Colleen, could you put the link inside of the chat box so that people can actually click on it right now so they can at least have it when they're done with this event here today, okay? And you guys remember about the stimulus check? I remember back in the day when I had a stimulus check. That's back when George Bush and then it became Barack Obama, and we had that $200 and that $300. Well, they took mine at that time. Okay, I think that was in 2009. Okay, so but this last time that when it was basically, I think it was Trump and Barack Obama. I think that's where we got it from. I can't remember. But the $1,200 and the $2,000, I got both mine. I got both mine. And some of you guys probably didn't get yours at all. That's because my back child support was paid up. And that was a great thing also because I was able to get my passport. So these are some of those outcomes that my clients are receiving. No more child support bench warrant, more money in their paycheck, able to pay their bills, can pay my car note again, can I can get my tax refund. It's a beautiful thing to get your 6 or your 9 or your $11,000 in back child support. Some guys stop filing taxes, which don't do that because now you're gonna get in trouble with the IRS. Okay, you need to file them, but I'm gonna tell you something. Come to our workshop first. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a tax accountant. I can't give you no tax and legal advice, but I'm gonna tell you what I did when I filed when I was able to address my back child support. Let me say something from a different point of view because my money is not that large. But let me go with one of my clients. You'll see his testimony. He had over $50,000, $100,000 in back child support. Once he got the payment plan, which that particular person qualified for $25 a month for 24 months. That's a total of $600. So he was able to get that discharge. And when he filed his taxes, they took the taxes but they gave him the difference back because he was on a payment plan. That's where hopefully that most of you are at. I love those great success stories on reference to that. Now you're getting your tax refund. And that means that he didn't have to wait the whole 2 years, 24 months. He was able to pay it off. You can pay it off in 2, 3 months. Your uncle can give you some money. Your mother can give you, your girlfriend, anybody. God, drop something down in his blessing. You can get that taken care of before the 24 months. And that's what I'm aiming for most of you. And of course, they're talking about some stimulus checks right now in our country is again, uh, the president is talking about some things that he wants to do to free up some monies and some investments and interest rates and mortgages and stuff like that. So if it comes out, you'll be able to position yourself for the stimulus check. Okay. Oh, other thing, better credit. Okay. I don't know if you know this. When you have two or more, really two or more back child support payments, that goes in your credit report. That means that they're basically reducing your credit score by 50 to 100 points. And that causes you to have pay higher interest rate on your credit cards, on your car notes. I mean, I remember when I basically had my car note, I had 11% interest rate on a car note. With my wife, she basically had over less than a 0 or 1%. Okay. Mortgage, we got like less than a 0.5% or 2%. So I'm in that game now. Now I don't have to worry about it. My back child support is eliminated. My credit score has gone up, and I know how to use my money now. It's a beautiful thing. You have the opportunity to do the same as Joe Farley, Friends of Fathers. I'm not just the president, but I am also a client too. And of course, now I can travel all over the world with my passport. When I got my passport, that was something that was great. I was grateful for. But some of us now we got a new wife, a new fiance, and she want to plan for the wedding and everything. She want to go out of the country. And you're like, no, we don't want to go there. We want to go here. Why? Because you know you can't travel. So I've been there. Okay. So I want to make sure that you guys can actually do the things you deserve to do as a father. And I can do that by being your virtual life coach, Friends of Fathers, and we provide the webinars to give you education. Okay. Here's quickly some real testimonials from some of our fathers here. Here's a gentleman that this little girl at the time, when he had her, it was just a fling. It was just a one night stand. Okay, one night stand. And he was in college, and girl got pregnant, and they produced this beautiful daughter. They were not dating. They were not doing anything. They were just having a little sex, guys. You know the real deal. And so at this age, this child, he was already parenting with her, and they didn't have a child support case. Okay, that's dangerous. He didn't have a child support case. So the mother called him up one day and said, hey, this is going to be your last week coming up for your weekend because me and baby girl, we're moving to Tibet. I'm going to say it slowly. Tibet. That's another country that her job was sending her on. And that meant that he wasn't going to see his daughter, which he would see her, I think it was every other weekend or through the week he was taking her to school. He wasn't able to do his parenting time anymore. Why? Because he didn't have a child support or payment or custody or parenting time order. So he found me. I was really teaching at one of the local churches here in Detroit, and he ran into me and I did my classes there, and he hired our company. We coached him through the process. He got 50-50 custody. The mother still was able to go out of Tibet, but they split the child half and half. I want you guys to remember this for the guys who have minor children. 182.5 days. Anybody, put it in the chat. 182.5 days. What does that represent? Just put that in the chat. Now, here's a gentleman, okay, who has a testimony. He had some time that he served. It was on his credit report. He wasn't able to get his taxes. He wasn't able to get a passport or anything. Okay, let you hear his own testimony.
Hey, what up? I just popped in to tell y'all something. Great news just happened to me. Man, I was Joe Farley and his team, Matthew Montgomery, they have helped me out tremendously. I had I had a huge child support debt upon me for years. I was in prison and I was married at the time, and I never understood why am I being charged child support. The mother of my child, she did not put me on there. It was through a program that I tried to get in a long time ago, and they said if you sign for a job, this, that, and another, you had to be homeless, had to have a substance abuse problem, you had to have a child that was getting had an open DHS case. That right there was the link that led me to getting child support. For years I was struggling and heavily burdened with, man, why I gotta pay this? How I'm gonna pay this, that. What about my tax return? All the stuff that we worry about. I haven't had a tax return since any of the 2000s. I, my tax returns have been going straight to friends of the court. So long story short, Joe Farley and Matt Montgomery, they helped me to file a 4030 motion. That 4030 motion combined with some work I did in the before time when I was in prison by writing to jail, writing to courts and letting them know I was incarcerated in 2003. Those two things came together through the grace of God. And the judge saw fit to honor my motion and zero me out. Um, the possibilities that come behind that are tremendous. I can have a passport. Me and my wife can travel now, and go some places that she want to go instead of me having to sit at home and say, "Dan, how was it?" Right? So, 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 there's also I can get a tax return now. My credit report won't have that $11,000, $10,000 lump in it. And I got a great credit score. It's about to go up. So I am tremendously impressed, grateful for friends and fathers. They, man, I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am. I am tremendously just over the top with it. And I thank you, Joe Farley. Thank you, Matt Montgomery, for help changing my life. I'm all about the positive change. Friends and Father does that for you. Thank you.
So again, guys, I am very elated by some of the success that my fathers have had when they go through navigating this system.
Hey, what up?
So it's something that is important for me to do. You know, when you do this type of work and you address these issues in a manner that it seems like is impossible, but you can actually get these things done. And that's what we're all about. So I'm looking forward to continue to help many of you address these particular issues. So I'm going to give you some information, but I'm going to ask a couple of questions as well, just to make sure that you guys put your questions in the chat box. And Colleen, if you can confirm that. So here's another testimonial from one of my other guys here. I'm not going to play this one as long, but let's see here. Yeah. So Matt, now that you completed the class with Friends of Fathers through the Mariners Inn program,
Yes.
and at one time you were not seeing your son, but now just this weekend?
Just this weekend, and it was actually my birthday, August 22nd, man. I haven't seen my son since he was 3.5 months of age.
Excuse me, Mr. Farley.
Yes.
You are not sharing your screen right now.
Okay, thank you. How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Second birthday was August 16th,
Wow.
and I got to see him for the first time, man. You know, very it was very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of feelings rang up, and I really didn't see at first the blessing that I was praying for. I prayed for this, but I couldn't see it. It took even going to meetings and stuff afterwards and sharing about it, where they said, well, you know, think how overwhelmed your son was and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, I'm grateful for that, man. So I'm staying in position to keep trying, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Keep trying to be there, man.
And so you're going to court as well, coming up.
Yes,
for,
sir.
for your son?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the purpose of that is to do what?
Get a reevaluation of our time and
Is it parenting time in custody?
Yeah, parenting time in custody.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going through another program that they suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Oh, for the county, the court
Yeah,
suggested,
that the course.
which is the parenting time class?
Yes.
Okay, you register for that?
I got it. It just came in the mail yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's only like $29 or something like that, or it's online or something, so that you get what they call a parenting class, and it's gonna be a certificate at the end, just like we gave you a certificate for completing Friends of Fathers.
Okay.
So it's talking about what's in the best interest of the children.
Gotcha.
So that they're gonna be telling you about your rights and responsibilities and how you should be interacting with your child. And key thing is co-parenting, just like you did in order to get the services or to get to see your son. And it hadn't happened over a year. Now you're doing the right things after recovery.
Yes,
And going through Mariners Inn, accomplishing that. And you're currently employed to try to get employment.
Yes, sir.
My man.
We can tell you about that.
Okay,
too.
okay.
So I'm doing bank.
So, guys, I just want to just share with you, it is absolutely empowering to basically help you change, my God, change your particular lives. This is not only about the money. It's not only about the money. I try to tell guys this all the time. It's not about the money. It's about you empowering and strengthening yourself to address these particular issues. Because if you don't, what ends up happening, it just weighs on you. It really does. And it causes you to, in other areas of your life, to just kind of believe that it can't end. Like it's no end. So I don't want you guys to kind of feel like that. And I want to do this for you. I want to make sure that, and I got my other screen here, I apologize, but um, I want to make sure that you guys know that there's an end to this. There's an end. You're not going to always have this child support, friend of the court issues. I'm telling you, I used to have this problem, and I've experienced with this here that I get an in, man. And now I'm able to make money. I can get money for my businesses, all of those things. So I really want to make sure that I help you guys address these particular issues. I'm gonna give you one testimony real quick. It's not a video. However, I want to make sure you get this information. This is a gentleman who owed um, he close to $200,000. He had four cases. One of the four cases, there was a mother that had two cases. Sometimes friend of the court end up putting you on two different cases for the same mother, but you need to get that taken care of so that you can actually make sure that you're not being charged two different payment plans. So you might have to file one motion to consolidate them as well. So we talk about that as well on what we do. But he was able to get all of this knocked down to just $6,000. And because he was working, he was able to get this money to pay the rest of it off in less than a year or so. Okay, he really grind to get this done. And man, I know some of you are in the same situation. This friend of the court system is a burden system. I'm not trying to say that fathers are don't want to be on it, but if they're on it, you need to do it the right way and not just run away from it. Now you got a coach, Joe Farley. We're here to stay. We've been here since 2007, helping many fathers to address these issues. Okay. So before I go into what we do, I want to ask a couple of questions. Do we have some questions out there for me, Colleen? And I'm going to basically just ask, let's see here. Can I get, is it Lishan? Lishan? Any of you that want to ask a question is fine. Because if not, I'll move on because we're also doing this on Facebook Live. And maybe I should also, if I have any questions, Colleen, on Facebook, you can actually send those questions in the chat to me. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
I ain't gonna. I thought you had a question for me.
Okay, good. Well, my question is in reference to your the friend of the court. How did you find out about Friends of Fathers, first of all?
One of my friends,
Okay,
he had did it. I think he said he had got his finished by 2012.
okay, okay. Oh, through with our company?
Mhm.
Okay, good, good. And so what made you interested to attend today?
Because I need to get situated. Because like you said, that running, that ain't gonna get it. And
Exactly.
and I'm up there too. About last time, because I had got locked up one
Hmm.
time, and I know it. It said that then it was like 150,000, 175,000, something.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
like, man,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah, and there inside the workshop, guys, I'm going to talk about the workshop. Colleen, inside the chat, could you put in, you probably already have, put in the link. Yeah, I see it there. I'm going to bring it up for myself. And we're going to show you some things here because guys, you can actually get a phenomenal savings on how what we do, what we charge. Okay, the fees that I'm getting ready to show you on my presentation for this particular event for back child support is 50% off. Okay, and guess what? We also have it where you can just put $125 down and get registered for the class tonight. If you go through our Afterpay program, that's how it works. If you don't, you got to pay the direct total amount. So I'm going to talk about that as well. And by the way, so you say you had 150,000. What county is your case in?
Wayne,
Wayne. Okay. Anybody else in Wayne County?
no, I just got him in Wayne County.
Okay, good. Now, with your right now, are you employed where they take money or it's just money that is owed and you haven't addressed it?
Money that's owed, I ain't addressed.
Okay, good, good. So again, and I want to reach out to you guys. Anyone that's on state assistance, got a bridge card, um, you had disability, or you got low income, or anything. Okay, this is a perfect time to address these issues, especially like my client, one of my clients that gave the testimony. He was locked up for some years, so he was able to get some jail time credit. So we're going to do all of that in the workshop this Saturday. Okay, it's about 3 hours long. Normally my hourly rate, I tell you, I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Like my daddy said, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. So we want to make sure we address these particular issues. Anyone else who wanted, before I go and show you the fee of service, anyone else have a question?
I got a question.
Go ahead, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good, good. How'd you find out about Friends of Fathers?
Um, Through my attorney, Jermaine.
Oh, right, right, right. Yes, yes, Jermaine. Yep, that's one of my attorneys as well. He hires me out because I'm also a degree paralegal since 2014. That was like 7 years after I started my Friends of Fathers coaching services.
Hmm.
I was basically told by the president, presiding judge at that time. She says, really with your knowledge that you have, you either need to go back to school to become an attorney, or you need to basically go ahead and become a paralegal. So I did that. I went back to school while I was still running the company and got my degree as a paralegal. And I specialize in family law. So I have 4 different attorneys' offices that they hire me to do their work as well. So that's why I have a team of people that I help address this issue. What's your question today? Do you have back child support or minor children or what?
Um, I currently have back child support.
Okay.
In listening a little bit to the webinar,
Mhm.
I was unsure if this fits my current situation.
Okay. What's your back child support?
So
Or how much is it?
I would say I'm at about 6 grand due
Wonderful.
to
Mhm.
so just to give you a little back history, so I do week on and week off with my daughter. She's about to be 9 on Thursday, and it's been like that since birth. And of course, I've recently just got a case open in Oakland County because issues between me and mom.
Is that
She's
domestic issue?
Oh no, hell, no, 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 sir.
Okay.
Pretty much it's a thing of her not having no more access to me.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So that's something different. And
Yeah.
that's totally
So
different. But
I end up
let me ask you
right.
this. Right now, how much is your monthly child support?
It's $700.
Okay,
And
700.
it's a temporary. I got on child support because I was compelled to sign a temporary child support order due to my attorney saying that, well, no money is due now. It's not billed until the first, but I promise you I'll have you back in court before you even have to make a payment. A couple weeks in the mail, I get a letter saying, hey, well, we backdated the child support due to the day that the case was filed, and now you owe $4,000. Had no clue of that. Even still going, still in the process of going through trial because it's a temporary order, and I've been trying to get this child support number reduced. And then I later on found out, well, I know I said I could get it changed immediately, but I actually can't get it changed until we finish with trial. So I
Okay.
was just kind of in a situation where I think I made a mistake. Well, I think I shouldn't have signed the court order. Even being advised it was the best thing to do.
Okay.
So
So
yeah.
you're needing help on reference to navigating through the trial proceedings as well. So therefore you can, because when you do a trial, you do everything. I mean, everything is included, most likely. So I can't really talk to you directly online from here in reference to it, but why don't you do this? Make sure right now in the chat you can just choose. Let me tell you who to choose. You can just choose the virtual assistant. Click on that when you go to the chat and drop down. Don't put to everyone, just put down to the VA or the FA, the virtual assistant, and text her your number. And by the way, guys, you can also text my office number, 983-0044. That number receives texts. Okay, let me go back here. There we go. Make sure you got it. Yeah. 313-983-0044. You can do that tonight. Let me know your name and and go to our website, guys. You really got to go to our website so you can get a lot of free information that we provide as well. So yeah, Chris, I look forward to just giving you a talk to and find out if the how we can actually help you as well. So I would love to have that. I love that challenge. Love it. So please do. Before I go, I want to make sure, and thank you again, Chris. Before I go, is there another last question before I go into letting you guys know what the fee of service is? Okay, let me just do that right now. And if you have a question, go ahead and ask it on the chat, inside of the chat, and we will get right back with you as well. Now, you should see on your screen um, the now you need to decide. Okay, so let me give you some information about deciding that. With our services, we do a plan of action. Just like I said, we plan. I plan before I go hunting or plan whatever, vacationing, whatever. Got a trip coming up in the next 2 weeks. We got a plan. So we do a plan of action. Inside of the classroom or the workshop area, we're going to be sitting down, make sure that you have this information. We want to send you some documents so that you can make sure you have the right information when you come to the classroom. It's something that you already know. If you don't know, I'm going to give you a toll-free number where you can get the information. Okay. Inside of this plan of action, which for the guys that are going to come to the arrears workshop, okay, that's the one that I'm going to tell you about that special service fee that we have. Normally, for the rest of you, we have next Monday the plan of action motion completion webinar. The plan of action is basically for a 1, 2, 3 step on what you need to do, say, and what needs to go onto the motion. You're going to have everything you need. So therefore, when you're done with this webinar, it's called a motion completion webinar with the POA. POA is plan of action. So for you guys that are looking to do the complaint to establish paternity or custody and parenting time and child support, this is our link of service here. This here, you will have here, and this is what our regular rate will be, is a value of $1,610. What you get is a plan of action, which is going to be a 1, 2, 3 step, which is your roadmap outlining exactly what needs to be put onto your motion. Okay. You're going to get the complaint as well. Okay. So with the complaint, it's not a motion, it's basically a lawsuit, really, pretty much when you want to start a case, when your complaints are starting the case. Okay. So in this particular situation, for anybody that's trying to do to establish custody and want to have rights to their kids, you got to go through this particular process: establishing the custody, establishing child support, parenting time, which is the PT, your legal rights as well. When you do joint legal custody, guys, I want you guys to know this. Joint legal custody means that you have a say about the child in reference to their education, health, and spiritual development. Okay, religion. Okay, I've had some man. I had some cases where we had a devil worshiper and a Christian. Okay, we had a person that's a Muslim and then a Christian, and all these different religion. You guys, as parents, you come together to make a decision for that child. And if you can't come together for that child, you can always file a motion. So therefore, you can be heard, and the judge will end up making the decision for you. Okay. So, and you don't want a judge to do that. Okay. You just got to come to a decision between the parents. Also, we give a Q&A group session where you basically is interacting with me after all of this or during this particular time that we have on the third Wednesday of the month. Is a value of $97. You get that as well. And we help you with supporting documents, your documents, just like I just got finished talking to Christopher or Chris on this call. Getting all the documentation to support the reason why it should or should not be this or that. Okay. You got to get supporting documentation. We know how to help you research the information and educate you on if this can happen or if it can't. Okay. Also, the knowledge on how to get your order. Some of us have a court order out there, and you need to know what the court order says. And that value is $125. And this one here is gold right here. This one here says the FOF role play to prepare for your court hearing. A lot of guys just say, "No, man, I'll just pay this, and I don't need the role play." I used to charge a separate fee for that. However, I just included it inside of our fee of service. Okay, instead of paying the $1,610, you only pay, because you're part of this presentation tonight, is $894. Okay, but that role play is golden. Let me tell you, give you a real quick sample, because all of them include the role play. For example, once you go through the process of plan of action, you know what motion forms you're going to file and fill out. Then we're going to practice as if you were going before the judge. So what my team does, because you went through the plan of action, we know what you're asking for in your motion or your complaint. We act like we're you, and we ask you to act like you're the judge. Why do we do that? Well, because we don't know what's in your mind. And if you basically can go and act like what you think is going to happen, now you kind of show me the combinations of how that person is going to fight with you, or you think that you're going to have the confrontation with, or the presentation. I choose to say presentation, not confrontation. However, if that judge is going to ask you, "Okay, Joe, why you think that you shouldn't be paying, or why you think that you're not supposed to have $4,000 in arrears," then you know that that's what they're going to ask. And then I will present it like this: "Because I was under the impression, blah, blah, blah." And then guess what? We flip the role. Now you saw how I act based on what you said you wanted to present. And now you act as you, and you can be you, of course. And then I become the judge that you said you thought you were going to go in front of, along with the information for the criteria and what you're filing the motion for, and my past experience and our clients, our team past experience of dealing with cases like this. Then we run those questions on you. That's going back and forth so that you know how to strengthen yourself so you can be empowered, just like our motto: strengthening men and empowering fathers. So when you go to that hearing date, you will be on point. And by the way, You only want to talk about what you got written down. Don't kind of go off on the sidebars and this and that. Your motion is what your role play is all about. So you get that, and that's included into our services. Now, for the change of custody, this is now your case has been established. The mother, I got a case right now. The mother dropped the 1 year old kid, little son, his first child, on the doorstep of his girlfriend's house, his new girlfriend's house, and said and texted him, says, "I want to play baby house or whatever. Here's the boy outside. So boom, come and get him." Okay. So she basically dropped the child off. At that particular time, guys, you want to file a motion to change custody. By the way, I know I was talking about this right here, and this complaint, and it's $894, but it's a special here for $794. You can just click that link or scan the QR code right here, and you will be able to get that particular price and get started if you do looking to do a change of custody. Also, with our company, we have what they call you can pay for the credit card directly, okay, or you can go and do the afterpay. Just like if you're doing something on Amazon, you can do that with our company and divide the payments by four, and it's $198.50 every 2 weeks. That's 2 months to pay for this $800. So you can actually get started because we don't start our services until you're paid the service fee. Okay. So we made it more convenient for you. You just pay that particular fee. Now, you have filing fees. If you're establishing the case, look at the bottom, $255. That's when you starting off a case. If you got arrears owed to the mother or the state, it's only $20. And if you have a fee waiver, which is you may qualify because your income is low, you can get a fee waiver to waive all of these fees. If you're looking to reduce child support, then you pay just the $60. Parenting time or custody is $100. Now, all of this is for minor children. Only thing here about the arrears, that's for minor children and for adult children, is always $20 in whatever county that you use here in the state of Michigan. Now, you always want to make sure that you mail out a copy to the mother. We do certified mail, is $20 for that. Now we have a courier and a processor. And if you have a case in the Tri-County area, it's $75. That's going to go up. Matter of fact, it's gone up. We should be changing this rate. And then if it's Wayne County, it's $70. Okay. So change of custody. Here's that. We do that so you can get your custody. Now you're raising your kid at your house, like that guy that the mother basically dropped the kid on the doorstep. Okay. They're in court right now. That fee is $894 with our special tonight is actually going to be $794. Just that QR code to change custody. Now, all of these are pretty much the same in reference to the services we offer. Plan of action, 1, 2, 3 step, the type of motion, make sure that's completed, and a Q&A session because you're a member now. So on the third Wednesdays, you'll have conversations with us. And supporting documentation, we're going to help you with that as well. And the knowledge on how to get a copy of your order because you have an existing case. You got to get an order if you want it to get changed. And likewise, the role play is also included in all of our services. Okay, that's the change of custody. That's the QR code. You will be able to just scan that and go right to that, and you can get signed up right away for that. And again, same rate, same fees here as well. Parenting time, that fee, if you want to get parenting time is not in writing, you got to get it in writing so that you can have your children. I'm going to tell you guys one thing. You want to get a day for parenting time, at least 1 or 2 days, if not half the week, or 1 week on, 1 week off, like Chris was talking about. So you want to get your parenting time while through the week so that you can have time with your child in school. And the kids will know that they got a daddy, okay? And the school principal in the office will know that this is the father, not the boyfriend that picks up the child on mom's day. Okay. So you want to make sure that you get your parenting time and it's identified properly. Okay. That's $1,213. However, it's $894 Today is an additional $100 off. The QR code is right there. Now, and the 4 payments. Now, with our parenting time custody enforcement, sometimes mothers won't allow you to have your parenting time, but you can file a motion to enforce it. That's why you got to get a copy of your order, okay? So that you can enforce what the judge has already said you're supposed to have, and she is interrupting it because she found out you got a new girlfriend or whatever, got a new house, blah blah blah, whatever the reason that she has. Okay, please guys, don't end up getting a PPO. Follow this process. This way, at least on record, you will have things written down from the court and they'll see your participation, what you're trying to do. A lot of my fathers end up, letting a woman give you an attitude, and don't do that. Don't do that. So you get all that services there. It's normally $913. It's $594 is the fee that we charge, which includes your POA, your plan of action. The plan of action is so important because you might tell us something that we know that you can address as well that can save you money or get you more time or less time or modify whatever you need to get done. That's why we have these plan of action. Okay. So it's 494 with this QR code, and that's another code there as well that you can use, and you can basically go on and get that scheduled. Okay, that's $123.50 for 4 payments. And the fees for filing a parenting time and custody enforcement, there's no filing fee for that. It's free. Back child support. Back child support is huge right now because it's time to file taxes. Some of our guys won't file taxes. Okay. This money is not going to go away. Sometimes this money goes to the mother and sometimes it goes to the state. So I want to help you guys address it so that you get some, like my other fathers who got taxes or had back child support and got a payment plan and was able to eliminate what they call it discharge or abatement. Okay, once you follow the process. I got a father right now because it's based off your income. He's a truck driver and he got a plan for 36 months and his payments were 370 some dollars a month for 36 months. But he had 3 child support cases and he had and it was a total of $124, $24,000, $124,000. He was able to get it knocked down to less than $19,000 and given 3 years to pay for it. And remember, when you file your taxes, it goes with your taxes as well. Okay, so they can intercept your taxes that and knock it down sooner. You see my man right here that's in the picture? He's like, man, I got all these bills and things. How am I going to survive? And if you came up growing up from the neighborhoods that I grew up in and being around the people that I grew up, you know, we go back to the streets and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that anymore. Now we got a job, we want to stay focused, get on the plan. Friends and fathers can help you get out of that. Okay. That program, if you owe the arrears to the state and the mother, is $1,313. It's actually $994, which is the price that we sell it for. If you don't go to this workshop, this is the rate that you will pay this week. Okay. Why do that when, and let me show you what I want to show you what I'm doing right now. This is the program that you're going to be able to have here. This is our workshop that we have going on Saturday. And Coley, I don't know why I can't get this thing to be larger, but the workshop basically allows you to sign up and it's going to be a total of 50% off. This here link will give you the information that you need to fill out for free. It's a guide to help you tell us what your problems are. This is going to happen in 4 days. Okay. Once you fill that out, then you're going to get a reply to basically go and reserve your seat because seats are limited. I'm having it into my home. Yeah, that's my guy. I just got finished talking about Rodney. I'm gonna bring you on just a second, Rodney. Thank you for joining. But here is the workshop that you can reserve your seat, seats are limited, is going to be in person. Okay. And the fee for that, you see this, the other fee was this amount. Okay. $894. Okay. However, I have this special that's going on right now. And you can see this, right, Colleen?
Yes, Mr. Fardy.
Okay, wonderful. So guys, right here, this price that I have for 1,000, regular price $1,094. Okay, you can get a payment plan. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, and all you have to do is put down $125, 124. You can probably put more down and divide the payments for the remaining balance every 2 weeks, interest free, paying for $499. Okay. And what you're going to get is complete motion completion package where you're going to file. Okay. You might have 4 cases. All you need to do in the workshop is to do one, and then you copy the others and change the name and the case number. Okay. Right there, you will be able to do all of those things. Okay. And this here is the rate that you're going to have, and they're going to basically give you a discounted rate for signing up under the Afterpay. Okay, let me see what I got here. Hey, I want to tell you thank you for purchasing your services here with Friends of Fathers. We are looking forward to serving you. I'm so happy that you are able to go forward with our Afterpay program. Now you can get started without having to be worried about any financial concerns. And that's what Friends of Fathers is here to do, to help strengthen and empower our fathers. So let's get started. Thank you for joining Friends of Fathers. So, guys, I have done some things here over the years, and we have made it much more easier. Sometimes guys don't have the money, so we partner with a company which is the Afterpay, and literally with that Afterpay, you just fill it out, and you just have $124 for your down payment, and you can get started, and you will be in that class on Saturday. Okay, we're going to do the whole work, all the work for you. And basically, every 2 weeks, you can pay this amount and you get into the class and get all the services that is needed. All you have to do, let me see if there's a scan on here. I don't think so. I don't think we have a QR code for this one, right? However,
No, we do not have, Mr. Fardy.
okay, great. And I think we're going to add one. Let's add a QR code this week for that. But I'm going to send this out to everyone right now. So if you're interested in this, let me make sure I have this right. I think you already have this. I'm not sure, Colleen, but I'm going to put it into here. Right into the chat, guys. Yeah, if you click on that, that will come up just like that. Okay, you can do it on your phone, you can do it from anywhere. And you don't have to necessarily use the Afterpay, you just pay it directly on your debit card or credit card or PayPal. So you can actually do this. I'm making it really seamless in reference to your services. However, okay, if this is not a good time for you, which I'm hoping that that's not true, you can actually go ahead and get started with our regular services, which I'm saying don't do that, because you can do that and the fee would actually be $223.50 for 4 payments. Why do that when you can actually start today at $125? The filing fees are $20. If you need to have it a courier to go ahead and file it for you, those are the fees here. Okay, even though that price is actually going to go up this year, it should already be going up, but you're going to get this rate as well. And again, you may not know the mother's address, but we show you how to address that as well. So right now, I am reflecting on our informational webinar. So let me go back here. And now sometimes you have the mothers, the back child support with arrears that's owed to the state only. Okay. And I'm going to do that in that workshop. Okay, I'm going to do that in the workshop. So my team is we're ready. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we're going to be ready for you guys on here to make sure that you can take advantage of all of the services that we have here. and you're going to get that particular rate. And it's interest free for 2 weeks. Now, if you want to go longer, you can go longer in that with Afterpay. They offer there's other ways that you can get services too. Okay. All different payments. You want to get it smaller, smaller, smaller. Okay. But then you do a credit approval and things of that sort. So, but I want you guys to take advantage of this. I'm really pressing this because this is the time of the season for this. Okay. So, with that being the case, state arrears is $1,394. I know my past clients, that's what they paid for this. And we're giving you a discount as well. So it's only $1,294 if you don't make that other event for this Saturday. I'm telling you, refreshments and everything. I'm really pushing it, guys, because I need you and you need to address this issue. And all it's going to cost you is $125 down. And like I said, you can pay more, and Afterpay will take that as well. Okay. So I'm just saying, y'all need to really address this. Now, for people that have child support reduction, it's normally $1,113. And again, all the other services in these two boxes, same services you're going to get as well. You pay today at $794. However, it is $100 off, and it's $694. Okay, that's for child support reduction for your minor children. Okay, fathers love their children. And I say, and I got this hashtag out there saying, fathers are parents too. We're not just a paycheck, we're parents too. And we need to make sure that the mother's income is brought to the table when they make a decision. So to determine. I'm going to show you how to even find out what she should be paying. And Chris, that's another good thing too. What they should be paying for the child support amount based off of your income and the overnights that you have. It's a collaboration of both. So I got one client right now that we're giving a subpoena to her because she lied. She says all she getting is Social Security disability, but she got a license to sell real estate. She's selling properties and buying properties in two different other businesses. So she got all kinds of money. She lives in a $400,000 home, but yet and still she says she only made $1,500 a month. Come on, do the math. It don't look right. So we're here to help you guys. We'll split that payment into 4 payments as well. Processing fee for a child support motion is only $60. Okay. And then you want to certify the mail, or you can just drop it in the mail too. And then we have a process server because some of you may not be able to go to the court and go through Wayne County. You got to go to sometimes you got to go to the 7th floor to the chief judge to get some approval, or you just directly go to the 2nd floor. And then they used to have them where you go to the 9th floor to get your court date. But there's some convoluted things that we're making it a little bit more clear for you. The process server, I send them out there every Monday and Thursdays. That's when they're able to go in person. So that's important for you to know as well. And you also need to know, guys, how to find your record to see if you had a bench warrant. We give you the most important questions so we can show you how to address those issues before you go to court. That's important. Okay. And also because I am a paralegal, if you have a divorce, we can help you with kids as well. That is a fee of $14.94. We don't have a payment plan for that. And then there's we have where with divorce without children as well. So that one there is $1,294 as well. So you can scan there as well. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't be divorced. And like my other client, he was divorced for years. The girl got a baby by somebody else. When he went through the divorce, they asked if there's any minor children. She says, well, yeah, there's one. And it's like, wait a minute, we did a divorce without children because he's been gone from her for years. But they can charge you child support for a child that isn't yours. So you got to go through that process. So we'll make sure you do all these things right. And with Friends of Fathers, guys, right now with the afterpay method, it is a game changer for most of our fathers. So now it's time for you guys to decide. What I would like to do, take this opportunity. I have a good buddy over here. You guys, I'm gonna tell you something. When you work with Friends of Fathers, we kind of get close. Okay, we get close. I believe Rodney is on here. Let me ask him to unmute. And if you turn your camera on, you probably be in your truck as well, Rodney. Are you still there? Great. Hit your unmute and your camera. Okay, and also my Facebook friends out there. I know you guys are watching as well. I want to truly appreciate you guys coming out and listening to us. If you're interested in moving forward, we gave you those links out there. Colleen has got inside the comment area. If you can put, Colleen, the links on Facebook as well. I know a lot of my social media people, you have that information as well. So I want to make sure you are out there. Let me get my buddy on here.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, man, blessings to you. Blessings to you. Everything.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
just shut down and in my truck was trying to heat up something to eat. And and when I started my truck back up.
Why you trying to get something to eat? I haven't eaten today yet. I got to get my life, my meal on.
I see. I've been up since 3 a.m.
Okay, okay, you got me. You got me. I ain't gonna. You got me. I ain't trying to. I ain't trying to. No.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry. And yes,
Well,
I'll just
let me ask you a question, Ronnie. Now,
uh-huh.
discuss your case briefly. Just a
Okay.
moment. I don't know if you can come on. Let me make sure I got you here. If you can appear.
Yeah, I
Be-
can appear, but I'm in my truck. Let me see.
that's okay. And this
Let's
is
see.
real. Let me tell
Yeah.
you. Now this is the real deal. The man is on his truck. He's driving a semi. Tell us what you do.
Well, I'm a truck driver,
Okay.
and I'm on a dedicated route, and I drive with JB Hunt,
Okay.
and I drive dedicated back and forth to Iowa. And today
Mhm.
I had a short run. I had 5 stops in Indiana.
Okay. Okay. So you're
So,
traveling in this all this snow this year, part of the year,
oh
huh?
yeah, oh
Mhm.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep driving if the conditions don't allow me to.
Right.
See, I got good sense. I know how to get off the road.
Now, briefly, you and I spoke earlier today, and I pulled up your file and everything. I remembered that when we were together. It's been when did we do this? Like in 22 or 23?
Yeah, 22.
Okay,
Was it 22 or 20, 22 around it between the end and the beginning of 23.
okay, okay,
The end of
good.
22, beginning of 23.
Okay, good. And the reason why you and I had said we are going to do this some time ago, and I really wanted to make sure that we do this testimonial video. This is real live, guys. We didn't really plan for it. I just said, man, if you come on, I really appreciate it because it's overdue in reference to the testimonial. We had did this around that time where it's a 3-year payment plan, right?
Yeah, actually, it was a 48-month.
48 months.
She gave me 48 months. When I went before the judge, I was on close to 100 and almost $120,000.
Yep. I got the
And
it's
and
124,
and
25,000. Yep.
and keep in mind, I've been on child support ever since my first son was 5 years old. In April, he'll be 45.
Okay. Okay.
So I've been on the child support 40 years.
Okay.
And I had no,
How long ago did you find out about Friends of Fathers?
I found out friends of fathers about, I'll say about 28, 17, 18, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And what happened? I had a problem. I had a drug issue and everything, and I had relapsed, and I went into Harbor Light. I mean, not Harbor Light, but Mariners Inn. And
Mhm.
this is when I found out about Friends of Fathers.
Okay.
And At that time, I'm still trying to get my life back on track
Mhm.
and get drugs and all that stuff out of my system and everything, and establish my relationship with Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
And I've done that, and I just I moved on.
Mhm.
However, I got back in touch with Joe about 2022, 2023, and he helped me to with his program so that I can get this rearage out of my life.
Mhm.
I got tired of every year I get a return, but I can't keep it. They snatch
Mhm.
before I get it.
Right.
Send me a letter. And I'm like, man, they took it and taking my money and then garnishing my checks and whatnot and everything. And it seemed like the amount that I owed never went down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it seemed like it never went down. I'm
Right.
like, wait a minute, I've been paying y'all 10, 20 years, and I'm still owing y'all 130, $140,000.
Right.
I'm like, where's that money going? So I got with Joe. We got on the plan, and at the time I got on the plan, I got to go before the judge, and she was like, "Wow, Mr. Lockhart, you still showing you owing about 100 and almost $120,000."
Mhm.
I said, "Yeah, Your Honor." And then she's gonna let me go over this. So she went over this, and she said, "Mr. Lockhart, you got over $80,000 in interest and fees."
Right. And guys,
Yeah.
let me stop you on that. And I'm trying to look up something. I'm just going to show this briefly without showing any personal information. Guys, you can see this screen, and Colleen, confirm if you can. We have here child support. I think that one there was $18,000 dollars there, 19,000, 52,000, 54,000. Okay. And this was in 2017. That's the report from 2017.
Right. Right.
Now, now I want to show there's a fee. Remember those other fees? There's some
Mhm.
surcharges that they charged you. And I don't know if I have that information, but guys, they charge and this is what you were saying, they charge a surcharge amount.
Mm-hmm.
And it's every January and July, the first of those every
Every 6 months.
6 months.
Right.
And with this type of debt, what they did, for example, if you owe 50,000, if you owe $50,000 and they charging 4%, okay, on that money, that's an additional $2,000 added to the debt.
Right.
And that's what she said in reference to those fees. Now, that's just 6 months, guys. Okay.
Right.
This becomes a problem and it becomes a big old whoa. It's like, what? I got $50,000 and now you're saying that the money didn't go down. And it's like, I file my taxes, you take that money, but hey, you end up adding more money to the particular case. And this is what I'm trying to say for guys like you and I, because our cases were older cases. Our
Mm-hmm.
kids are older. This is 1980s and 89, and so
Right.
that's when you get the old rules. And I
I'm
think
raising I'm raising grandkids now.
right, right. And I have a gentleman on the call too. Maybe that's something that has happened to him. I don't know, but that's why we do that plan of action, guys. That plan of action is something that really is going to help you get to the 1, 2, 3 step on what you need to say. That's this, take the plan of action process,
Mm-hmm.
and we clearly create that roadmap. That's why now Rodney, when he went to court, he was able to go to court and address these particular issues properly. And
Amen.
that's how everything's supposed to work. So we don't have to worry about, hey, what is it that I'm doing and what is it that I'm not doing? Everything is already planned out. So when you go to that hearing at that time, then you already know what to say.
Right.
When Rodney came there, I tell you, I was so remember, Rodney, I said, no, man, we should ask for $100 a piece. But when they came back with 300 some dollars, it's like, no, I'm good, Joe. I'm
Right.
good. And
I'm
then,
good, because the judge, she was when she took off all the interest and all the fees. She took off over $80,000 and everything, and then she ran because I have two mothers. My first two kids is by one mother, and then my youngest child is by another mother.
Mhm.
And what she did was she combined the
Two
two.
cases.
Instead of me paying per child, she combined those two kids, the two
Mm-hmm.
with my two oldest kids with that mother, and that brought that down to me owing for both of them about $7,050 a piece, about $15,000.
Right.
And then my youngest son, I was owing like 19, I'm almost $20,000 for him, and she took the fees and the interest and fees off of that, and she said, "Well, you only owe $4,000 for him."
Mm-hmm.
So altogether, I went from almost $120,000 to 19 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And,
19 grand.
and that's that key. Now, guys, I'm gonna share this with you. And this is so important. This is, some of us don't really understand. I tell you, to be able to to a debtor, okay, here they saying I owe 124,000, okay. However, he got it knocked down to 19,000 for 4 years. And if you just do the math, and we guesstimating because we don't have the right numbers here, but let's say 19,000 divided by the 48 months, okay, 48 months, that's 390 some dollars a month that he's now paying instead of being up to 50% of your income being taken because you got a job and you know how to address this child support thing, child support arrears. And now we took that, if you add all this up, it's like 120 some thousand dollars. We got it knocked down to 19,000. Now, he didn't get it all waived. He didn't get it all forgiven. Well, that's because
Oh,
he's good money doing what he does in reference to his chosen profession. And I'm so, you guys don't understand. I mean, later when I get to my other brothers, I'm gonna show you something, because when I get to my other fathers that I helped at Mariners Inn, okay, this is
mhm.
what Mariners Inn T-shirt. And by the way, Rodney, you got to get one of these.
Oh,
I'm
you
going.
got that right. I got to come get me one of them.
I got to send you one of these, okay?
Yes, you do.
Guys, this here, I'm very proud of this. You know, I was hired literally by the CEO of this company, okay, Mariners Inn.
At Mariners Inn.
Yep.
Because
So
remember when Coach used to be there, and he
yes.
later passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
So,
yep.
guys, this here, I'm as you guys can see, I'm totally passionate about this because men like Rodney and myself and others like yourselves, I mean, we know God, and I know when you pray, sometimes you don't hear the Lord answers you. I'm telling you, this here, my company was birthed out of my men's ministry at my church at the time in New Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church in Pontiac. Man, that was in 2006. And when I came out of that men's conference, God told me that He's going to have me help men to address this child support issue. And I said, after I went through my issue, I said, God, how am I going to do that? I'm already making $100,000. I'm in the telecom industry. I've been booming for years. And God says, no, this is what you're going to do. Man, y'all, you know, I'll say it like this. And a lot of you are going through the same type of struggle. When you are going through something because you're called, I'm getting ready to preach on this.
Go ahead.
When you're called to do something that God told you to do, it costs. It costs you, man. And I'm just saying that I've been through a lot to make sure that you guys have the proper service and you can get out of this debt issue, because it's not just debt. And especially for my guys who are recovering addicts, this can cause you back to go to drinking or drugging. And to my guys who've been out there in the street, you want to knock some heads just to stay alive. But God gave me this thing back in officially in 2006, and in 2007 I officially made it a company. You can look me up. I've been around for a long time, and
Hmm.
I'm telling you, God has truly blessed me. Uh,
Amen.
and
Amen.
my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time,
Hmm.
mm, ah, we still together. And
Hallelujah.
it's been a struggle, guys. I'm
Hallelujah.
sorry. I didn't mean to go this way. But I knew Rodney when you come on this thing, boy. I tell you, I tell you, But guys, I just want to encourage you.
Amen. Can I say something else, Joe?
Sure, sure, go ahead.
That other thing. See, this thing was devastating with me. My mother, she passed away in November the 4th, 2023.
Okay.
My mother lived in Israel.
Mhm. Yes, I remember.
I couldn't go anywhere because I was child support. They
Yeah.
won't they won't they won't release a passport to me. So I couldn't leave the country. And for a long time I couldn't even get the pass to go to Canada for my job.
Mhm.
Just to the what you call it, the
Enhancement license to go across.
yeah, to go across. When I talked to the judge about that, she said, "Well, don't worry about that. I'll take care of that."
Mm,
I said, "Praise God,
mm,
praise God." And not only that, I while I'm doing this, I also uh, had all of my felonies dismissed.
mhm, mhm.
I had all my felonies dismissed. I'm working on everything at the same time, getting rid of these felonies, trying to get my passport back, trying to get rid of the child support rearage, and God is working.
Mhm,
He's working, and He pointed me put me in the right places so that I can start
mhm.
connecting with people. Like He put me in Mariners Inn for a reason.
Yeah, yeah,
You see what
yeah,
I'm saying? And when I left Mariners Inn, I ain't looked back.
yeah, yeah,
I met you.
yeah,
I met friends of fathers, and I haven't looked back.
yeah.
And
Hmm,
it's a glorious occasion, and He gets all the glory. And like
hmm,
you were saying, when God called you to do something, a lot of times we fight with ourselves
mhm,
because we don't really want to do it.
mhm.
Well, we fight with ourselves and everything. But when you find out that you go head on to do it, what God tell you to do, He bless you
Mhm.
7 times, 7 times 7. He just bless you triple fold, and the blessings it just keep coming on because you're constantly blessing someone else.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing to be free from this type of stress that stresses men out.
Mhm.
And you got to get some type of relief from that stress to keep from literally blowing your own head off. I'm gonna get out of this mess, man. I'm gonna kill this broad. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Now you want to,
Right.
but why do that?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, and it's working. So I got recently contacted Joe and let him as I um, contact friends in court, and I asked him, can he give me a summary of what I paid
Mhm.
over since the beginning of my payment plan.
Right.
I'm
Right.
already paid into well over 2/3
Mhm.
of the plan.
Right. Right.
And let alone they're not just the money that they've taken from me, and that they're $350 a month. That's divided into weekly payments.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not three. It doesn't hurt you that much because it's divided. So it's something like $75 a week.
Right.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
that's the key thing, guys. I really want you guys, and I'm gonna close this off real quick, but I really want you guys to understand we all have gone through something here, and this friend of the court is an added issue when you don't know how to navigate through this.
Exactly.
And that's what Friends of Father
Exactly.
does. So I want to encourage you guys really to just make sure that you make a decision, to move forward in your efforts to address this life issue that you currently have. I really want you to do it. Share it with your friends on your social media page. I don't know, Colleen, if we're sharing, if we're still live on Facebook, but let me say this to all of my Facebook friends as well. This is that time that I've been waiting for to make sure that you can address your life issues when navigating through the child support system. Friends of Fathers is here to help you. I want you to basically, let me pull up the other page. I want you to really go through the process of signing up for that workshop. It's on your social media page, it's your link. If you're going through back child support, time is limited right now for the seating, and time is winding down on the 7th of February in the morning. We're going to have light refreshments, and we're also going to do some lunch because we're going to get down and make sure that you have everything that you need to address your issues.
Can I say one more thing, Joe?
Sure. Colleen, you can see
With,
the page as well, Colleen? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm
just
sorry.
just right quick. When I went before the judge, I had video. I went
Mhm.
before the judge from video, and I was sitting in my office and everything. I had everything set up to go on video. What the judge didn't see was all my notes from Friends of Fathers because I
Yeah.
was shaking like a leaf. I
Right.
didn't know what she
Yeah.
was gonna do. You know what she was gonna do and what she was gonna ask me. But I had
Mhm.
all my notes
Yeah.
laid out there. So when she asked, and I did ask after she took all the money down and whatnot and everything, and then she asked me, did I think that was fair? I said yes, and then she said, you look like you're not certain. I said, well, I was hoping to get it all wiped out today. She
Yeah.
said, Mr. Lockhart, either you take this or I can put it back at 120,000. I said, I'll take it. I'll
Right.
take it.
Right. Right.
I'll
Well,
take
again,
it.
Mr. Lockhart, I truly appreciate you coming on. I'm going to ask for one last time for the guys, if you are interested, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Is any of you guys interested? And also, you guys um, that are wanting to move forward with our payment plan program right now for the workshop, or okay, and I think you see the workshop on the screen here. So if you're interested in moving forward on that, let us know. You can text us at 313-983-0044. And I'm looking forward to serving you. Again, this is your
Man,
men's coach, Joe Farley. I am here to help you. God bless you all. Have a blessed night. And if you need some help, contact our office, contact a friend, and let them know. Share this on your social media page. And by the way, guys, for you guys that attended, you're going to get a replay of this as well. All right. For some of our
amen.
work, sometimes you can't be here. But again, I'm Joe Farley, your men's life coach. I look forward to serving. God bless.
God bless you too.